Okay, so both of these sides milled down, and I'm just going to come across, open these up in both directions, and then I'll come back and we'll use the arc function on the digital readout, and we'll make this a rounded edge here. Okay. Okay, so alright, so I got the basic shape milled out. Now when I'm all done with everything, I'm just going to flip this over and mill this bottom part down, and this piece should cut out. This piece should be released from everything. Going to use the digital readout arc function, and that will produce a radius up in this corner here, like I did on this side here. So you see we're starting with the table in position, and this is at the edge here, so we have to move this workpiece in the radius that we're looking to cut, plus half the diameter of the end mill. So this is a 1/4 inch end mill, so 1/8 inch plus the 1/4 gives us 375 thousandths. So I'm going to move this in 375 thousandths. Now let me see if I could bring you over to the digital readout here, and okay, so I'm going to zero out the y-axis now. We're going to move this in 375 thousandths, and once I get there, I will re-zero it, back a touch, too much, okay, calling that close enough, okay, and now I'll swing you back over to here now. Now I got to move the table in the X direction back this way and get it to the edge there. It should be close to there. 3/8 and a little bit further, and that should be okay. That should be right in here. Okay, so at that point that point I will zero that axis, and I'll go into the radius mode, and X and Y, those are the two directions we're working in. And this is, we'll be cutting this way, so it's a type 1, which is already in there. Enter. Now if you're doing an outside corner, it's plus. If you're doing an inside radius, it will be minus. That way, but we're doing an outside radius. So the radius, we'll enter the radius in here, 0.25. Enter. The tool diameter, it's a 1/4 inch end mill. Okay, now the smaller the cut, the more steps it'll be, the smoother the radius will come. So I'm gonna make it 0.05. Enter. Okay, so position 1. So that's where we are right now, at position 1. So I go to position 2, and using my X and Y, I will zero out each of these, and that'll be the first cut that I'll make. And this will get zeroed out as well. Okay, after I make that cut, I'll move along. Arrow down, that'll be the third cut. Zero the tables again, in both axes. Make another cut, and not step through all the way. Now I think with 0.5 maximum cut, I think it's something like 13 individual cuts. So okay, so let's turn on the mill and we'll get cutting. And finally got to the last step. Alright, that's it. And the next step brings us back to 1. Okay, so I decided I am going to drill the drill and tap the 3 set screw holes. So that's an 8/32 tap, and I think this would be a good opportunity to demonstrate this sub-datum memory feature on the digital readout. So that'll, each spot I'll save as a sub-datum point, so I can go ahead and put my center drill in, drill each spot, come back to it with the tap drill, drill each hole, and then finally tap each hole, and without having to change the tools constantly for each location. So hopefully that should speed things up a bit and it'll remain accurate. So I'm going to go ahead. I got my wiggler set up, and that's right above that spot. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the sub-datum mode here, and I'll choose sub-datum point 1, and I'll zero out the X and Y. And so now that point, I can come back to that point, and I could recall this point and then just zero out both axes and be back on the exact same spot. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the table and line up the second. That's right there. And I'm going to choose sub-datum point 2, and once again I'll zero out my X, zero out my Y, and that gets saved in that. And then finally I'll go to the third one, and that's right about there. And sub-datum point 3, and zero my X and Y once again. So now I can go back to the first spot just by simply zeroing out both of these axes. Nope, too far. Right there, and that brought me right back to the first spot. So I'll go ahead and put my center drill in and drill each of the 3 spots. Okay, so I center drilled each of the 3 holes. Now I got a number 29 drill bit, and that's the tap size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill each of these, and I'll reposition them using the sub-datum memory. Okay, so went back and drilled all 3 holes with the number 29 drill bit, and now I'll be tapping them. Okay, I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so we got this all laid out here. Everything is pretty much done. The only thing left is to cut this free from here, and this has got to get shaved down. So I'm going to put this in the vise this way, and I'm going to come back and with a fly cutter and mill this down to this breaks free, which should be about 1/4 of an inch. Of course, if you remember, that's how deep this here cutout is. So I'm going to mill it down. Once this breaks free, I should have my 1/4 inch thick piece ready to be set free from here. Okay, let's see here. And there we go. Just clean this up with a file, a little deburring, and there you have it. Okay, let me get it cleaned up and we'll bring you back and finish this up. Okay, so the bracket is, the mounting plate is all done, and okay, cleaned it up. Just gotta take some of the Dykem blue off yet, and you can see so it's got a lot more vertical adjustment now. So this can fit on here. And I could get much more height out of it now, as you can see, in relationship to the slot where that is. Now this is pretty much, let's see, that's about maxes out there because where the screw is. So I got quite a bit more adjustment on that. So alright, well, I'm gonna put it on my bow, and we'll be playing with this over the weekend. So alright, so thanks for watching, and hope you found this somewhat useful, even though if it's not archery, there's quite a few machining steps involved in that, and got a chance to play with my digital readout, you know, just practicing using all the features with it. Makes the mill a lot more versatile. So okay, see you guys real soon.